If you're looking to move to Tallahassee and wondering what it's like, the good, the bad, and the ugly, then stay tuned. I'll break it down for you. Hi, I'm Angela Hurley, real estate agent in Tallahassee, Florida. People often ask me, what's it like to live in the capital city? So I came up with a list of 5 pros and 5 cons. Pro number 1, I believe that one of the best things about living in Tallahassee is that it's centrally located. In less than 4 hours, you can be in one of many surrounding big cities like Atlanta, Tampa, Orlando, Alabama, Jacksonville, and St. Augustine. And just barely over 4 hours, you can even be in Savannah, Georgia. This can be quite convenient for weekend getaways, vacations, business trips, as well as access to larger hospitals, medical facilities, and airports when traveling internationally. Pro number 2, one of the things that really stood out to me when I first moved here in 1991 as a young college student, besides the great weather and the friendly people, was the gorgeous, green, lush landscape with the abundance of flowering plants and the unique beauty of its Canopy Roads. I had never seen anything like it. The huge moss-draped live oaks, stately pines, hickory trees, and sweet gums are just a few of the varieties that provide shady, scenic paths for drivers, bicyclists, and runners. We have 9 official Canopy Roads in Tallahassee that cover 78 miles of roadway. Pro number 3, Tallahassee is one of the most popular college towns in the country. It's home to 2 of Florida's most prominent universities, Florida State and Florida A&M. This creates a youthful vibe and offers a fun college town life experience for all the young students that flood into the city each fall. And for many residents of all ages, life here revolves around the excitement of football season and game day tailgating. The exhilaration of the season is undeniable and can be quite infectious, so grab your Rattler and Seminole gear and join the fun. Number 4, they don't call it the Sunshine State for nothing. Residents here enjoy, on average, 231 days of sunshine per year. The nice thing is that because we're located in the Panhandle, we actually get to experience some seasonal changes and less likely to experience the year-round torturous heat like you'll find in Miami and Daytona Beach. And yes, it's true, Tallahassee is hot and humid 6 months of the year, but on the upside, the other 6 months tend to be pretty darn mild. Even in the depths of the winter, high temperatures average around 60 degrees and lows usually in the mid-30s to 40s. So the good news is that snow and ice are a rarity here in Tallahassee. Historically, the city records flurries every 3 to 4 years, but snowfall of 1 inch or more occur only once every 17 years on average. The bad news, though, is that if you're hoping for a white Christmas, you're likely to be extremely disappointed. Pro number 5, if you love the outdoors, you're going to love Tallahassee. We have an abundance of parks, lakes, and trails for all of your outdoor activities. Here are just a few of our favorite recreational hotspots. So those were some of the great things that Tallahassee has to offer, but I also promised you the not so great things, so here you go. On number 1, bugs. One type in particular that can be extremely annoying is the love bug. These bugs will usually show up twice a year around April to May and again September to October. And although they neither bite nor sting, they are a huge nuisance that any Florida motorist can attest to. They will wreak havoc on your windshield, light grills, and bumpers, and are likely to eat the paint right off if you don't clean them up right away. And if those aren't bad enough, we also have plenty of gnats, roaches, termites, and mosquitoes. But don't worry, a few visits from your pest control company and these pests can be easily managed. On number 2, pollen, a fine powdery substance produced during the flowering season, usually in early spring, by trees, flowers, grasses, and weeds. all of which we have plenty of in Tallahassee. You will just wake up one day and everything outdoors, especially your furniture and vehicles, will be covered in a layer of this green-yellow powder. Don't bother to clean it. It's a losing battle. I promise it will be back within a few minutes. On number 3, hurricanes and tornadoes. Now, although several hurricanes have brushed Tallahassee with their outer rains and wind bands, in recent years only Hurricane Kate in 1985 and Hurricane Hermine in 2016 have struck Tallahassee directly. Hurricane Michael passed 50 miles to the west side, making landfall near Mexico Beach, Florida in October of 18 as a Category 5 storm, resulting in 95% of Leon County being without power for a few days, and for some it even took a week or more. As for tornadoes, we get several of those each year during the season, but they're generally weak and cause little structural damage and rarely hit the city. And during extreme heavy rains, low-lying parts of Tallahassee may even flood. Con number 4, Tallahassee has a humid subtropic climate with an average humidity of 70%, which tends to correlate directly with the percent of bad hair days you're also going to experience. Summer's characterized by brief, intense showers and thunderstorms, usually late in the afternoon. With just over 100 days of precipitation, the area's total annual rainfall is around 59 inches. July is usually our hottest and wettest month with an average high temp of 90s, and on occasion, we may even experience record temperatures of above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, but only for a few days out of the year. On number 5, as a Florida girl raised in Tampa, I grew up loving the beach. Suntan skin, salty air, and sand in my toes was like heaven to me. It was nothing to hit the beach almost every weekend. I could be there in 20 to 30 minutes tops. Unfortunately, in Tallahassee, one of the closest beaches that we have is Alligator Point, which is about an hour drive. But the closest true white sand beach is going to be St. George Island, and it's 90 miles south of Tallahassee. Panama City Beach and Seaside are just over 2 hours. Destin is about 2.5 hours, and the beaches at Jacksonville and Fernandina are approximately 3 hours away, but definitely worth the drive. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Every week I'll bring you new videos about real estate and life in Tallahassee. I promise you won't want to miss it.